What's up, guys? Welcome back to the garage, man. Today we are going to be taking the front of the Blazer looking like this. To looking like this. Woo. God, why is everything gotta be so freaking hot, man? Ah! You can cook an egg on that. Hell, you could cook a hamburger on that right now. Time to cool it down. Bro, the water is hot. And if you guys are wondering why there was only one of these things, that's because I had the other one in here already whenever we were test fitting it on this side to see how much clearance we had for our power steering lines. So I also made a decision, well, I made a decision to not make any decisions right now. So as you guys know, I'm wanting to get rid of all the chrome, but dude, I can't decide, man. I can't decide. Like, I don't want to just black out the bumpers. You know what I'm saying? That's so cliche. I think it's going to take away from the Blazer. I had a couple of different ideas, but for the time being, because I'm so indecisive, I think I just want to go ahead and get the thing put together. I'm just going to leave it with the chrome and stuff for now, and then I can come back and with it, you know, now that I'll be able to see it as a whole once again, and then just continue with my thoughts until I figure out exactly what it is I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and pop this negative battery cable out of the way for now until we get the battery tray in. Another thing that I need to do before we go and get this front end on is I need to go through and pull all the grounds off. So like that ground right there on the harness, I never ground the paint. I gotta take that off and I gotta sand the paint off behind it. I didn't do that on this one, and I also didn't do that on this one on this side yet. So this harness actually has 4 grounds. So I have one here and I have one on the other end. And then there's one on the back of the block where it normally was. So this was already here. Like your factory harness will have this ground and this one. But I added that one over there. And I also added one in this area here, so which isn't even hooked up right now, but whenever I get the front end on, I'm gonna find somewhere to actually bolt this. So those are just extra grounds that I threw in. Every single ground on this engine harness is jumping to itself, so they are all connected to one another. So as long as one of them is grounded, like the harness is getting a ground, but I want to make sure that all of these are getting a good ground, or else like what's the point of them? Are all taken care of, and now finally we get to put on something that I think that I have been the most excited and just it's been driving me nuts, bro. I've been wanting to put these on so freaking bad, and that is the wheel liners. That is step one, dude. We got to get these things bolted up in there. They go on before the fenders, and I need to loosen the bolts on this front core support because that is also going to help with the placement. Because whenever you loosen those, this thing actually slides forward and back some. And I'm really hoping that we're either pretty close to where it needs to go or it needs to go forward. Hopefully it doesn't need to come back, because I'm not even going to say it, dude. I'm not even going to put it out there. Letting you guys out, you freaking crybabies. But I'm telling you right now, quiet on set. Man, I have been waiting to see this site for a long ass time. Not gonna lie, it gives me like Ken Block vibes, dude. I mean, if you guys watched the video when I painted this, that's, you know, where I got the inspiration for it, obviously from Ken Block's vehicles. I want to put the fenders on next, obviously, but we have these rubber pieces that go inside of here, and I believe that these just create a seal so that you don't have a bunch of dust and everything going inside of your door jamb there. But these things are filthy, bro. If you got a mess and it's super mean, make sure you grab super clean, because it's the only thing that works correctly. Yeah. Alright, got those installed. I didn't have all of the hardware for it, so I had to source some, but I made sure that both sides have 3 screws where it needs it. I'm trying to make sure that everything that I put on has all of the hardware. I want this thing to not be a rattle box, you know what I'm saying? Now we get to throw these freaking fenders on. This is when it's gonna start looking like a damn Blazer again. You guys come up from the opposite direction, huh? I was trying to record you coming from that way, man. Alright, we got the fan. You doing your donuts, dude? You doing your donuts? Hell yeah. Show him what's up. He drifts out of it too, man. He's got, watch him. Let's see if he does it. Get it. He counter steers. Yeah, we got the fenders on last night. Well, got the wheel wells and the fenders on. So quiet on set, man. I'm wanting to run down to Old School and get some paint to actually touch this thing up and touch up the cowl. I got these out last night and realized very quickly that they look pretty rough, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, the whole like look of this truck it's not perfect, and I kind of like it that way. Like, I want it to have bits that are shiny and new looking, and then bits that are just, you know, aged. It's kind of like a patina minus rust. I mean, you know what? I got some rust in some places. All right, there's some surface right there. But I just don't like, on these, I don't like how much of the blue is showing right there. The worst part is this, man. Like, dude, they like painted the truck with the bumper on. And I don't know, that just drives me nuts, dude. I don't know if I can see past that. I had paint, man. I had paint out there inside of the booth. It was a very little bit, and I went and checked last night, and of course, it had dried up in there. Arizona problems, dude. Moving forward, our little cover on top. Dude, everything I put on this truck, I have to cut something and modify it. So this is our windshield wiper motor. I need to get this put on before we can put the cowl on anyhow, because it's got to bolt up in there. As you can see, it does not fit with the cover. But if you remove the cover, doink, hence the reason why it was sitting on the roof. Bang, it fits. But it's ugly without the cover. Just bolted it up there temporarily. I do need to pull this off and just kind of clean it up. I don't know if you can see, there's still some freaking gold spray paint on it. Oh, my silver Sharpie. Funny story is I was searching everywhere for this the other day. And right there. And probably right about there. Alright, we'll just take that out for now. I'm just going to square that up. Take that corner out. Test fit it again. There it is. That looks pretty good. Well, actually, I'm gonna bring this up a little bit more. I just want the gap right here in the front to match this gap on the side, and then we'll be good, man. And I'll just kind of clean it up a little bit, and then we're gonna pull that back off. Alright, so I don't want to do anything crazy with this. I just want to clean it up a little bit. I just got a little bit of water right here in my red Solo cup with some dish soap and a Scotch-Brite. And I'm just going to be going over this. I think that's overspray. I'm not sure. But just to kind of get rid of that look and clean it up a little bit. The hell? I thought that was metal. That's plastic. What the hell, bro? That's freaking crazy. I legit thought that was like a faded aluminum cover. But that's plastic that's so faded it's like turned white. Alright, so I went out and I pressure washed this thing, hit it with some super clean, and pressure washed all the dirt and everything that was all inside of all the little crevices and stuff. Kind of went over the metal with the wire brush the best that I could, just to shine it up and knock off some of the oxidation that was on it. We scrubbed the plastic, and now I need to take a little bit of acetone on a rag here. Oh, I was getting ready to show you guys the gold paint that was on this rubber piece, but the only thing left is that little speck. It looks like the pressure washer took it all off. That's funny. Anyhow, I'll go ahead and scrub it with the acetone anyhow, I guess. Shout out to the pressure washer. Well, I must say, this thing looks 100 times better than what it did. But we can still do one more thing. So this piece right here goes on underneath the cowl. So this has to go on, and then the cowl before we could actually put our windshield wipers on. So just torching it really quick to kind of bring it back to black. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit it with it in some areas. There's a lot of overspray on this damn thing, bro. Everything on this truck just has freaking overspray. But I'm just misting it a little bit, because really you don't see this thing very much just through the vents that are in the cowl, you know what I'm saying? So if you, like, if the sun is hitting it just right, you'll be able to see down in there and see this thing, and I just want it blacked out. Clip. 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 All right, so now really for us to move forward, I need to install that and I need to install that. All right, I'm doing it. All right, went down to the paint store. Dude, I didn't go to Old School this time. I went to this Adco place because Old School didn't open until 8 o'clock. This place was open at 7 o'clock, and it's just barely after 7. So I went to Adco, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I might start going there a little bit more often. There's a couple of very energetic women that work in there. Yeah, they mentioned that I ought to come down and shoot a video inside of the store because things get crazy in there. I don't know. Let me know if you're interested in that. Anyhow, I got dude, this was only 17 bucks, bro. Go ahead and pop our windshield squirter off of there. I'm just gonna hose these things off and use a little bit of Scotch-Brite to scuff them up. A little bit of our paint mixed up inside of my gun. Now remember, we are not painting these. I mean, we are, but not technically. I'm not going to do like a solid coat over them. I'm just kind of blending. So I have a little bit of paint in here with a lot of reducer. I want it to be translucent. I don't want to cover up this paint color. This paint color that I had made, it's not a dead-on match, but it's close enough. So I'm going to be basically blending it and just spraying like a translucent coat over all the imperfections, you know what I'm saying, and then just kind of blending it over into the sections that are already painted. The goal here is just to get rid of stuff like this, and that's from the pressure washer. Don't worry about it. And just make it look all uniform, make it look all one color for the most part. I'm also going to be spraying the back side of this black, so I just want to get rid of that blue. I don't know, like, I just don't want to be able to see the blue at all, like where it's from an angle or anything. I want to get rid of it. All right, now while we are waiting for those pieces to dry, I still need to make some pieces for right here. I mentioned in the last video, whenever we install the radiator, I forgot to make these two little strips, so that's what I'm gonna do now. This is to block off any air. So the air that comes through your grill, you want any air that's going through into the engine bay, you want it to actually be used. So if you leave gaps like this open, that allows for the air, instead of actually going through the condenser and the radiator, it picks the path of least resistance. So if you have big gaps like this, the air can move and just travel through this way rather than actually going through your radiator. I'm sure most of you guys know that, but for those of you who don't. All right, so we need about, let's say about 3 inches. That's 2 inches. And that's 3.5. Lovely. I think I can make 3.5 work. That's what she said anyway. Bang bang, there they are. So you gotta go sand them and paint them. What, man? This side is bent out a little further than the other side, all right? And just so you guys know, I know this thing is rusty. I honestly want to keep some things like that because, to be straight up with you, that's the character of this thing, man. It's a little rough around the edges, but it's got some shininess to it here and there. The real problem is now I need to figure out a rod holder. I'll have to fab something up later. But for now, I have a box out back. This is not a brand new cowl hood. This is my old cowl hood from the truck. So if you guys remember, we got a dope ass cowl hood for the truck sent to us from LMC Truck. But this is the box that it came in, and I packaged up my old fiberglass hood. So alright, so I know that this thing definitely needs paint. It needs some love in the paint department for sure. It's got like some cracks and stuff. This isn't cracks in the fiberglass. This is cracks in the really thick ass paint somebody has on here. It needs some body filler here and there. It's not in perfect shape, but it just needs a little bit of love and then it will be perfect. Dude, it's so crazy, but the chrome is actually growing on me, and that is wild to say because I am not a chrome guy. But I really dig the way it looks. I like the black grill, but at the same time, I think this grill would look really good as well. Just the problem is the black on this grill desperately needs to be refreshed. I didn't want to put this on there because that's one of those things that I think needs to look good. That's the grill. So one of these days I'll go through the pain in the ass process of masking all of that off and I'm gonna respray the black inserts, and I think that would go really well with the Blazer. Honestly, I think we ought to put the bigger cowl lid on it that we got for the truck and just order a new one for the truck. But it's not painted, it's freaking primer right now. Alright, so I'm not going to leave the hood on right now. I did mention to you guys earlier that it does need to be resprayed. It's a little rough, so and whenever we do go to install the hood, I probably need to tap the fenders in here and there and make sure to get the body line nice and straight. But I don't know, man, the hood looks good on there, but I think it should be, kind of think it should be color matched. But if I color match it, I'm gonna have to try to match the patina look, you know what I'm saying? And like age it. Put in the comments down below, of course, what it is you think. But we are not leaving the hood on right now because I still have a shitload to do underneath the hood, so it just wouldn't make any sense to put that thing in my way right now. Alright, I don't think this is going to fit with the truck manifold, but we're trying. Stock hood don't fit. That would look really nice, dude. Oh my god, bro. Go look at it in the camera. It looks so much different in the camera, bro. Like,
oh yeah. But that color with the cow?
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. A little high.
Oh, they sit down. Yeah. I need a fast manifold. P.O. Box 22398, Phoenix, Arizona 85053. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for today, man. I got as much done as I possibly can. I am out of time. We still have a whole lot to do. I want to clean up the ECU. I got to make a mount for it, get it mounted up. I need to run... we have all the finalizing of the wiring to do. Got to run the wiring for the headlights. I still didn't get to the radiator. Look at the clearance that we got. Oh my freaking god, bro. Did I ever tell y'all that clearing is steering or what? No, realistically, I could just like shave the fan down a little bit right there. Dude, if I would have thought about it while I had the engine running, I should have ran the grinder right on the edge of that water pump, bro. But anyhow, like I said, there's still a lot left on the Blazer, but in tomorrow's video, we're actually going to be switching over to working on a completely different project because it's very important. I need it soon, and we need to do some work to it. So, peace out, guys, and I'll see you then.